And here's your amp, which is plugged into the mains at the moment, and there on the oscilloscope is the representation I described to you, which is your AC mains after it's been stepped down by the secondary transformer. So on one side you've got 240 volt mains, on the other side you've got plus or minus 50 volts AC. That then gets sorry, it's not plus or minus 50, it's plus or minus 25. So here you've got a corresponding yellow line which represents the DC that's been converted, which you see is extremely flat, no bumps or ripples in it. The blue is the AC mains as it goes into the bridge rectifier circuit, which are the 4 diodes that I explained to you today, and the 2 capacitors here and here basically do the DC rectification for positive and minus, plus and minus side of the circuit, which is pretty common for most amps, to give a nice flat DC output yellow line, which you can see on the peak to peak there. The AC says 48.4 volts peak to peak, which is let's say 50 volts peak to peak, so each side is 25 volts. So you've got plus and minus 25 volts feeding the rest of the DC in the circuit. I've replaced the fuse with one. The only ones I've got are 800 milliamp. This is their 500 on. It should have been. The only thing is whether it's done any more damage to another component when the fuse blew, but usually if I've got this far it's usually not, but there may be an issue with the output transformer, which is what feeds the current to the speaker. That may be damaged or not, which I won't know until I do the next video when I inject a signal into it and see what comes out.